to be completely honest, kind of feeling a little bit discouraged by that. What's up, tribe, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me again. If you're new here, my name is Mariah and my husband and I are on a journey to conceive rainbow baby number 2. So as many of you know, I am now into medicated cycles again. I'm on Clomid, so I've reached the point in my cycle where I need to start OPKing. It is cycle day 10. I did take an OPK yesterday just to see if the Clomid was still like showing up, because it can sometimes give false positives. So I did it just to see, and of course it was very, very low. This is literally what my test from yesterday looked like. So very, very, very low. So today I'm gonna go ahead and test again. I am doing this on a pretty long hold. I think it's like a 5-hour hold, but I don't expect to get anything until probably closer to cycle day 13. But in any event, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll wait that 5 minutes to see if we are, you know, progressing or gearing up. As far as my temperatures are concerned, I am getting the same decline at this point in my cycle that I normally get. I usually try to start, if possible, using my OvuSense on cycle day 8. Most of the time my temp is not high by any means, but it's on the higher low end, if that makes sense. And then I usually have like 2 dips down, and then it starts to, you know, do the zigzag and upward spiral until I get that drop and that peak. But pretty much I'm just going to be showing you guys every day what my OPKs look like. I'm not going to be doing like the whole like testing on camera every single day. I'm just going to probably check in with you guys to show you what the tests are doing as we progress. And hopefully, since I already ovulate on my own, the Clomid will only help to give me a stronger ovulation and won't delay ovulation too much. Also going to be telling you guys how I'm feeling physically. I'm expecting ovulation to be a little bit more intense because of my change in dosage this time, but I'm also not sure. I might not really feel anything other than my normal ovulation pains. Still feeling a lot of the twinges in my lower abdomen on both sides of my ovary, so I expect that that'll just intensify the closer I get to ovulation. But it hasn't even been 5 minutes and I can already tell that this test is going to be light again, or low. So as you guys can see, barely anything there. So nothing today except for, like I said, the twinges on my ovaries. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm back at cycle day 13, so I'm taking another OPK. I took one this morning and it looks like I'm getting closer to high. I'll show you guys in a minute, but definitely not quite there yet. And then I'll put on this side of the screen my temps, which look very crazy, at least for what I'm used to right now. They are all going in a downward trend, which I'm used to that up and down kind of pattern, and I'm just getting basically a ski slope. But let me show you guys what the tests are looking like. So here are my OPKs, and as you can see, the cycle day 13 in the morning, that was this morning, they're getting closer, but they're not there. Like, that test line is definitely still lighter than the control, but I'm starting to feel pains also, like the beginnings of it. So I figured I'd go ahead and switch to testing it twice a day now. Yeah, I also had some expired tests left over in the drawer, so I figured I would see how those fared up to the new ones. From the looks of it so far, they are still working full force. Meanwhile, my new ones are looking a little bit spotty, but I will be back to show you guys once the time is complete. Okay, also here's the expired one, which looks closer, but still almost. It doesn't look quite as dark. Here we go. So the control is still darker, a little bit dark on this one, not by much, but still slightly darker. Then this is the one that's not expired, which you can clearly see the difference between the two. I may try one other brand just to be on the super sure side. I think I have like a CVS brand in the cabinet, so I might go ahead and jib that, or I might just wait to test a little bit later, because like I said, I'm already starting to feel slight pains. Woke up with slight pains this morning and have been feeling them kind of on and off all day, so I feel like it's going to be between today, tomorrow, and the following day. Okay guys, so I finally got my positive OPK at about cycle day 14, so I'm going to try to show you guys. Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm going to try to make sure that this focuses, but as you guys can see on cycle 14, that's when they finally became positive, and they stayed positive through cycle day 15, and then cycle day 16 you can see they went back to negative. Now I think that I ovulated on cycle day 16 according to these and according to my temps. I'll put my temps over here. I think I ovulated on cycle day 16. With that, I'll say that I had 0 symptoms. So due to my temps going up, I feel like I actually ovulated, but as far as my symptoms were concerned, I did not get any ovulation indicators whatsoever. Not with my cervical mucus. I didn't get my usual ovulation cramping and stinging on whichever side. I got twinges leading pretty much all the way up until I feel like a few days before ovulation, but never got that big ovulation pain that I normally get. So to be completely honest, kind of feeling a little bit discouraged by that. Well, I don't know if discouraged is the right word to use. I just feel like a little apprehensive because it's like, how is it that I get these major ovulation pains all the time and then I take a medication that stimulates my ovaries and I get absolutely zilch? But you know, maybe that's going to be the thing that changes. I don't really know. In any event, I am trying to just like remain hopeful. I would be lying to you guys though to say I wasn't in a little bit of a mood the other day due to that, because I was just like, what the heck. Just FYI, sorry for any background noise. We're trying out our new power washer outside today. So Jay is getting that up and running right now, and I'm about to go do that outside in a bit. But now I'm at the point in my cycle where it's time to start the suppository. So it was supposed to be, you know, 2 to 3 days after ovulation. I wind up doing it 2 to 3 days after what? Actually, it's 4 days technically after that first initial positive OPK, because I did suspect that I would ovulate on cycle day 15. So I started the progesterone on cycle day 18, and it's just 2 of these a day. So here is the applicator. That's what it looks like. I'm not going to unwrap it until it's time to use it because that would be a waste. And then this is what the progesterone itself looks like. I'm trying not to like touch that because it will start melting. So it just really looks like a little tablet or a little pill. You insert it same way you insert a tampon and keep it pushing. What I will say, what I've noticed with progesterone, it hasn't had a whole lot of side effects. I know the amount of progesterone you have during pregnancy like is way different in the way like that I feel like it affects how you physically feel than taking the suppositories, because you don't have the feeling like, I guess, drained of energy from growing a whole life. But with the suppositories, I will say that I have felt just a slight bit tired within the half an hour after inserting one. I'm starting to feel a little sleepy, and then that just really goes away throughout the day, to be completely honest. So it's like, I feel like a half an hour after is when it hits me the most with any of the symptoms, which mainly are feeling sleepy or like slightly groggy sometimes. And I feel like outside of that, I might have had like a slight headache 1 or 2 days, but like nothing major. I think the biggest like thing with taking them, to be honest with you, is when they are on their descent back down, because it is something that you're inserting up pretty much close to your cervix, and then it melts, and then gravity does the work and draws it right back down. And I feel like that's where things are more so uncomfortable, because one, you want to make sure you're wearing a liner, whether it's a disposable liner or a washable reusable liner. You want to be wearing a liner to catch everything that is gonna come back out. And then on top of it, for me personally, it does, not all the time, but sometimes on occasion it will sting a little bit coming back out. And I do have a very sensitive feminine area, so I'm assuming that's why, like, I can't even do Monistat or anything like that. I'm actually allergic to Monistat. Obviously I'm not allergic to the suppository, so it's not the extreme reaction that I get with things like Monistat, but I do still get some of that stinky and just uncomfortable type of feeling. In general, it just makes you feel like there's just a lot of moisture and wetness, and usually I want to jump in the shower at that point and just overall clean myself up and refresh. So I would say that. I wouldn't say it's like, ew, it's so gross, but it is a little bit uncomfortable. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I don't necessarily have, I don't know if I feel like I have a whole lot of stock in this cycle, only because I was expecting, and maybe that's just me being a little bit thrown off by my expectations of what ovulation was going to feel like. And then of course you can see on my chart too that I freaking missed, which I was irritated. on the most important day of me using my Ovulate, I freaking forgot and fell asleep and didn't insert it until the wee hours of the morning. So I think I only got to like maybe 3.5 hours with it in, and you need like a minimum of 4 hours with the Ovulate inserted. So that day you'll see there's a gap in the readings, because on that day, on cycle day 16, when I went to sync it up, I got noticing it was insufficient data pretty much, because it didn't have enough time to give me multiple temperature readings throughout the evening. So I was like really irritated with the fact that I forgot that on that particular day, because like I said, that's probably the most important day. I think I actually did ovulate on cycle day 16. Ovulate says that I ovulated on cycle day 17, but that's because it doesn't have cycle day 16's temps, which I feel like could have made a difference. It's not like 100% sure, like I don't have the temperature, so I don't know, but I feel like that could have made all the difference. So I either pretty much ovulated on cycle day 16 or cycle day 17, but I had still 0 symptoms of that. So I don't know, I feel like it's not like I'm feeling like, oh yeah, I'm feeling super good about this cycle or anything like that, but I don't feel like, oh my god, the Clomid didn't work either. I just feel like I'm in a little bit of limbo, because I don't know how my body responded to it, because I have no physical symptom cues. So that's the only thing, I think. But in any event, I am gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Of course, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. For the reasons I just explained, I do think that having Ovulate in the picture makes a world of difference, because my initial positives were on cycle day 14 for my OPKs, and here it is, I probably ovulated more so on cycle day 16 or even 17. So I know some of you have been asking me lately about Ovulate and how I like it, and do I think it's worth it, and I definitely do think it's worth it, because it gives you specific data that's just based on your body, and also because temping is a better way to confirm ovulation. But like I said, if you have any questions for me, drop them in the comments below. I am sending you all positive vibes, lots and lots of babies, glitter, sparkle, dust, all of the baby juju for those of you who want to be pregnant this summer. And overall, I hope everyone is having a wonderful and amazing week. So I will catch you in the next video. Bye.